What up, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We've got live CHGO Bulls pregame right around the corner. Bulls finally back home tonight, taking on the Lakers again, who they just demolished out in L.A. on Saturday. Meanwhile, the past week since that game, LeBron making all kinds of headlines, saying all kinds of stuff, plus injury updates and a look at what these Lakers have been doing since we saw them on Saturday. Next. Game coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls _ Peck. This is my guy, Big Dave.
That's me.
Bam! BAWL Sports.
What up?
The one and only queen of the controls, Katie Duffy. What up, Katie?
Hi.
Hi. Will the Go Gottlieb is always perfectly coiffed and back at the United Center on that Bulls beat. Make sure you're following him for his updates on tonight's game. Will _ Gottlieb. He'll join us in post-game, as will here in studio, Uncle Will.
Yeah.
Both Wills back in the fold.
He's coming.
Doing their thing.
On the way.
Bulls taking on the Lakers again after they demolished them last Saturday, Dave. We'll talk about that in a bit. But first, acknowledge that happy opening day to all those baseball fans in Chicagoland.
That's right.
Repping the Sox today. I like it.
You can't go 162-0 without going 1-0.
I mean, a 1-0 start is much better than setting the MLB franchise record for most losses last year.
That is a thing, man.
I mean, it's not a full 180, but you're on your way to a 180.
I mean, it's growth. That's all I look at it as. It was definitely growth. Benintendi with the 3-run dinger. You know, they had a new guy hit a 2-run dinger also, all in the same inning. Yeah, they just broke it open in that 8th inning, man. And, yeah, good
awesome
to see.
Stuff. Our guy Sean Anderson doing CHGO White Sox postgame right now at Studio B. It was nice to see him happy. Like, I walked in, like, 5 minutes later, boom, Sox score goes final. They get a win. And I just hear Sean yell from the other side, Sox win. I was like, Sox win?
Foreign words.
Say what?
Yeah, foreign words. That's why we're excited about it, man. But, yes, go check out our guy Sean on CHGO White Sox right now.
And Cubs start their season. Well, so they officially started, out with the 2-game series in Japan.
You're in luck, Vince.
And they get their official, domestic, I guess you would say, season opener out on the West Coast tonight. They've got a first pitch, 9 p.m. Central.
Yes.
We're going to have CHGO Cubs doing a live watch-along for that right here in Studio A while we're watching Bulls action.
Right.
And then we'll do post-game over in Studio B. But so, baseball's back, officially.
Baseball's back. Tune in for the watch-along.
It's good stuff.
It's going to be good stuff. You tune in, Vince. You're a Cubs sicko. Tune on in to the CHGO Cubs and make sure you subscribe to that CHGO Cubs channel as well.
That's right. All right, so shifting to the Bulls, quick acknowledgement that LeBron is in town.
Yeah.
LeBron comes to town but once a year ever since he went to the West Coast.
Yes.
And he happens to be in the United Center on the 12th anniversary of the Bulls beating the Heatles' 27-game winning streak,
I wonder if he remembers that there, man.
I wonder. I know who absolutely remembered because it is the biggest Kirk Heinrich fan in the world,
Dude.
Our one and only Katie Duffy.
Shout
Katie,
out.
how much fun did you have putting that little compilation together that we tweeted earlier today?
That's me. Hello. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Literally, so I didn't cut it until last night. I told Matt I was going to do it, and I was really excited. And then last night I was watching, the video footage in my house, and at first, it was all Kirk Heinrich, I will tell you. I wanted to keep it under a minute, and at first, the first 30 seconds were Kirk Heinrich plays, and then I had to cut it down, and I only got to keep 3 of them in there. But either way,
if you want to make a Kirk Heinrich Bulls career highlight reel, you can do that.
Sure.
But there were a lot of other non-Heinrich things that happened in that epic game.
Yeah, and they all got in there. I got,
they did.
I got Good Jimmy. I got Taji in there.
The Luol to Jimmy lob that he
man.
I had forgotten about that play.
Oh, man.
So many epic moments in that game. And
definitely
then
the one I really
crazy,
remember.
Nate Robinson in the lane, just high arcing floater that as it's falling through the hoop, LeBron just grabs the rim and holds. Like, man, get that out of here, LeBron.
Yeah, it's classic stuff. My favorite thing was watching it because when I saw Katie said highlights, I said, highlights? That was the first thing I said when she talked about Kirk. And I said, oh, yeah, he must be fighting someone before I even looked at it. And I looked at it, and I was like, yes, he's fighting people. Because I don't remember true highlights from him in that one. But I was like, we're talking about him fighting and getting physical and rah, and the gristle and the grunt and all of that of Kirk Heinrich. Then, yeah, for sure, man. So I was like, well, the foul has to be. You can't have a Kirk Heinrich highlight without a foul. So there was a foul there, and then him stealing the ball, and then him. Oh. I was shocked you put him getting blocked.
That 50-50 ball away from Chris Bosh. Yeah. That was amazing.
I was shocked you put him getting blocked in there. That was a surprise.
You know what? It was a pivotal play in the game, and even though it wasn't necessarily a highlight moment for my boy, like it had to be in there.
Way to be fair.
So I am very fair. Thank you.
But way to be fair in this instance.
Thank you. I was very fair.
And, Katie was telling me yesterday afternoon that was tomorrow, aka now today. That's the 12th anniversary of that game. I was like, are you telling me that 2013 epic Bulls Heat regular season game in which they snapped that was a dozen years ago?
Yeah, I remember everything about that day.
I felt it like just a slab of concrete smacking me in the heart.
I remember going to my friend's house with another friend. We bought food, bought drinks, and a couple of other things. And we went down there in his basement, and I mean, we didn't expect the Bulls to win. So just watching that game and how good it was, like, it was epic, man. Like, it was an epic performance.
I mean, like, regular season Bulls Heatles, it was like can't miss television, man.
Yeah.
Because you knew something crazy was going to happen.
You knew it.
A skirmish or a fight was going to break out. Yeah. It was going to be a nitty-gritty back and forth game.
Yeah.
It was going to be decided by a couple of possessions. Yeah. Like, those games were always just freaking epic.
I love the clip Katie put in at the end of the fan trying to take the headband from LeBron, because that also was a heck of a moment.
Wasn't me.
Right there, man. Because it was LeBron like, wait a minute. It was his first like, wait a minute, I'm LeBron. You don't touch me. And like, we don't care who you are.
Whatever.
We don't care.
Bulls players were treated worse in Miami.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
Those fake-ass fans down there in Miami.
Great memory, man.
Wonderful, wonderful memory. So, I mean, like, man, all kinds of LeBron stuff. The anniversary a dozen years ago, he's back in town now. The Bulls just whooped up on them out in L.A. when he had his first game back after missing 7 games with a groin strain. He's having a, shall we say, an elderly statesman re-entry after missing 7 games. But then the other thing that he has been going viral for the last, 4 or 5 days since we saw the Lakers last Saturday. Obviously, this stuff with him and Stephen A. and Bronny, like, blown way out of proportion, I think. Then he went on Pat McAfee the other day and started talking a bunch of shit about and to a bunch of people. The Windhorst stuff is weird, but my favorite, Dave, and we touched on this just for a minute at the tail end of yesterday's show, but I wanted to dive into it a little bit more today.
Okay.
Because this is the house that Jordan built, and the Bulls are back home. There's this little clip, and shout out to NBA Central, who clipped a bunch of portions of that LeBron McAfee interview, talking about signing with Nike and how that relates to Michael Jordan. Katie, do you have that clip? Because it's hilarious.
He went on his show and said, don't let LeBron fool you. Like, he wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. Okay, that's a fact. He signed with Nike because of Michael Jordan. It's like, no, the fuck I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus, and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. And I moved my mom out of the hood the next day I signed that contract. Like, and ultimately, my whole thing is like, what do I want to wear off the court? It's like, I want to wear fucking Nikes. Like, I want to wear Jordans. I want to wear pennies. I want to wear Bo Jacksons. I want to wear Air Maxes. I want to wear, so.
Primes.
Like, like, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? First of all, let's make it clear. Yeah. Whether it's LeBron or any other professional athlete who has a story of starting from very, modest means and having that moment of, first thing I did, bought my mom a house. Bought my parents.
Immediately.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Always amazing, feel-good story.
Yes.
So you can't hate on that.
At all.
But the thing about trying to say that he didn't sign with Nike because of Jordan is like, dude, the Jordan brand is what made Nike Nike. Come on, dude.
I honestly don't think he's lying when he says that. When you present somebody who has $90 million for 7 years, and of course at that time Nike was fish grease, your reasoning is correct. The reason they're fish grease is because of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Right. Absolutely right. There's no denying that. But I think that is a part of it. That's why I say I don't think he's lying. I think there's a lot of truth in the fact that they gave him the best deal and they have the best stuff. And so he wants to roll, that kind of way. But to the other point, I think if Reebok offered him 6 years at $100 million, he would have turned that down for Nike 7 years, $90 million, because Nike is kind of what was happening, especially in 2003. So I think there's truth in that. I don't think he's lying. I would give him 90% truth on that one. There's 10% like blurred. You know what I'm saying, of what Matt is saying, because his point is valid. But I would give him a 90% truther on that one.
Kyle Williams in the comments, a notorious liar lying? Shocker, LOL.
Sean over there happy.
Way to get that dub, Sean.
White Sox winning, baby.
That dub.
Let's go, baby.
Way to get that dub.
Come on. Sox win.
Yeah. All fans in Jerry World are happy. The Bulls are 8-2 in their last 10. But yeah, so yes, okay, that reasoning is that reasoning.
Yes.
The reason that Nike was able to offer LeBron and any and all other athletes those ridiculous signing offers and bonuses is because of Michael.
Absolutely. No denying.
Sean?
Matt,
Sean.
Dave,
Hello, friend.
Katie,
What's up?
thank you for giving me the floor. I just want to say Jerry Reinsdorf's teams will never lose again.
And cue Bulls losing to the Lakers tonight.
You let that man cook, and you let him have it. You all right? You know what the White Sox went through last year? You let that man have it all. Give him all the cake and steak and whatever else he want on that plate. That was an 8-1 victory. I told you, they exploded in that 8th inning, man. But yes, Sean is deserving of all of that.
I thought it would be at least a few more years before the Dwarfs resorted to just straight up hypnosis when it comes to maintaining the faith of both of their fan bases. That man is cuckoo.
He's out of there. Jerry's gone.
You're one to talk, Matt. Come on now.
What are you talking about?
Fair point. He's the other way.
What are you talking about?
Who are you talking to? He's like, what do you mean? He's very
Are
level-headed.
you saying that I use hypnosis on people?
Your mustache is
Your
throwing
mustache,
people off.
Yep,
Yeah, that's what it is. People look deep into it and are thrown when they see, the whiskers in the wind.
That's not purposeful. That's just an accident.
That's just him being cool.
Just can't help having this glorious stash.
I can't help being great. Can't help it.
Oh, man. I'm ready for my lip to be freed. I'm ready to be free of this pain.
Few more weeks.
So,
remember when we shaved it on air?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I think that was when the Bulls got eliminated by the Bucks.
Yeah.
That was end of season 1 of CHGO.
We shaved that bad boy. We
We could do that again.
That was fun stuff.
I let Dave shave me.
Yes.
It was very intimate. The other thing about before we move on, because we don't need to harp on it too much, but obviously everybody's getting their takes off on LeBron going and saying all of these crazy things.
Sure.
And he was talking about his relationship with MJ, which currently is non-existent.
Yes.
Like, they're not beefing. They're cool. They saw each other at the All-75 team and shared a moment.
Sure.
But LeBron said, I think when I retire, then maybe, and I hope that some sort of relationship builds there. And he cited that being the case with Kobe Bryant when Kobe retired.
Yeah.
But shout out to our guy, Vinny Goodwill, formerly Bulls insider for Comcast Chicago / NBC Sports Chicago back in the day. He's now covering the NBA for Yahoo.
Yeah, Vinny's great.
I saw him giving a take on his show on this the other day and was like, gee, I wonder if LeBron not having a great relationship with MJ is maybe because MJ has functioning ears and has heard some of the stuff that LeBron has said. Yeah, that 3-1 comeback in the 16 finals is what made me the greatest player of all time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan never stated, I am the greatest player of all time, because he knows that everybody knows. And a straw poll of everybody who has observed and covered the NBA and played in the NBA over the last half century, 98% of those people say, oh, yeah, it's Mike.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the truth. And also, when asked when he was playing, Mike would always say, that's not up to me.
It's not up to me.
And it's not fair to the players who came before me as
Bingo.
well. For me to just say that I'm the greatest ever. He was like, that would have to be something up to people who are fans, and writers and who are observing. But it's not right for me to be the one to say those kind of things. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? That's called, hey, Emma. That's cool stuff. Katie has lost. Whoa. Listen, Katie don't even do that for me. I want to point that out.
That's the most exciting greeting.
Yeah, look at the joy. Look at the happiness.
Did one of them just buy a house? What's happening?
No, they just saw each other and they get there.
I haven't seen her in like 2.5 weeks.
Oh,
that?
you didn't see her yesterday. Oh, okay. That makes more sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Emma.
She stopped everything.
Bulls are back. Oh yeah,
Bulls are
Katie,
back.
because when
So
Sarah
the
subbed in
socks.
for you on Tuesday's pod, I let/made Emma do the cold open for me at the beginning of our show.
Oh, I saw it. It was
did see it?
I
phenomenal.
told you she was watching. Like, I don't know why you thought she wasn't watching. I'm like, that's Katie. Of course she watching.
She's stoked.
Yeah.
She's stoked that the Bulls are back.
Stoked. You saw D Rose throw the first pitch. You were on the field to watch that. That was cool. How was that?
It's very cool. The Derrick Rose effect is real.
Oh yeah.
It is here and it is real. Very fun.
A lot of MVP chants.
Lot of MVP chants. Like immediately before he even walked out, everyone was screaming MVP, and then there were boos for a lot of other people. He's the only one that got the chance tonight, but that tracks.
It tracks.
Sean?
I also have to jump in on the third mic. Per D Rose, there was a great meeting of minds of Illinois legends. Derrick Rose, NBA MVP, I believe 3-time NBA All-Star, Rookie of the Year, dapped up and had a pretty long conversation with
Don't say it.
Mike Talkman, the Palatine Pounder.
Okay.
I saw a dap.
Legend.
I would.
You scared him for a second.
I'd say they're friends. Who are you thinking? No, they're legends.
Legendary.
Oh man.
That's how it's called, baby. Summer of Mike Talkman. Yes. Legendary. Go
Bulls
ahead.
are back.
Bulls are back.
Bulls are back.
The other thing that I wanted to shout out Vinny for when he was giving his takes on this ridiculous LeBron media blast. When we're talking about the GOAT thing, because I think this is one of the best simplest arguments that has been made recently.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give Vin credit for it because people get tired of that GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
Those of us who saw MJ know that
Because we already know.
it should be over.
It should be done.
LeBron is continuing to add to the collective stat padding part of the argument.
Sure.
And that's fine. But when you're talking about hardware resumes, right?
Yeah.
Vinny was saying, okay, think about the difference between MJ resume, LeBron resume.
Yeah.
Team winning, individual accolades.
Sure.
You got 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and a regular season MVP, a defensive player of the year award, and then 8 scoring titles.
8. Yeah, I don't think LeBron did it twice. Yes. I think
If
he did
you
it twice.
take that, which is a separation of Mike and LeBron's career awards and accolades, and said that was an NBA player,
Yeah.
that is a Hall of Fame NBA player.
Yeah.
The separation between Mike and LeBron
Yeah.
would be a big enough resume to be a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, let's throw in leading the league in steals 3 times as well. He and also playing, all 82 games. I don't know how many times. I laugh at these arguments now. I don't really have them as much anymore because I just listen to people because anytime you start to, break it down and tear it down, they have to defend that part and then come back to the argument. And I'm like, I don't really have to defend anything. I can make the argument by showing love to both guys at the same time. LeBron is incredible, dog.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like this dude in my life. All right, he is a top 3 player all time. You want to call him top 2 or 3? That's up to you. But he is top 3 all time, dog. He is on that Mount Rushmore for sure. He is that kind of special. We will probably never see something like that for a while. You know what I mean? Like LeBron James. We might not ever see it again. But he's not better than this dude named Michael Jeffrey Jordan. It's just not a thing. It's just something that's not going to happen. To know that LeBron James will get his jersey retired by probably 3 different teams. We'll see if the Lakers do, and we'll see if Miami does because they're kind of petty. But he should have it at least by 2 teams. The fact Michael Jordan has his number retired in Miami and is the reason LeBron could not wear the 23 that he likes to wear because it's retired for a team he never played for. As I say all the time, for that kind of stuff to happen, you have to integrate a sport for that to happen. That is Jackie Robinson stuff. And you saw what Jackie Robinson had to do. Michael Jordan did it because he is Michael Jordan, and it's just simply that kind of great. And Pat Riley, of all people, put it up there in the rafters. So when your number's retired for a team you didn't play for simply because of your play and nothing else, what are we talking about? Who you talking to?
Who you talking to?
What we doing, man?
Rob in the comments saying, yeah, facts. If you watched MJ at the time, you know he's the GOAT. He was just a different animal. Yeah, you had to be there. I truly feel sorry for younger fans who were not poor.
I love it. I saw it. I saw it all.
Nicoletti saying he was so good he just gave the league 2 years off so some guys could get some chips, some awards, money, and shine. I kid, but it's kind of true.
It's kind of true, man. Like,
oh man,
6-0, three-peats. It's insanity. Like, that's insanity, dog. Like, we've never really seen anything like that. We might not ever see it again.
Yeah,
but yeah, it does. For me, it doesn't take away from any of the greatness of one LeBron James, all right?
No.
The man has a name that nobody had ever heard of in their life. It didn't exist. And now his kids named LeBron everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Strictly because of him, dog. Like, that dude is a special ball player and still doing it now. At the age he is now, dog, still putting up the stats and numbers that he's putting up. You never really seen anything like this ever. He is a once-in-a-generation kind of guy for sure.
Yeah. It's
just not better than Mike.
And look, MJ at certain points in his career got tired of the media.
Yeah.
And all the scrutiny and all the talking and, would either go into hiding and not talk, like during that Bulls-Knicks series when he went to Atlantic City. Like, he had a few moments where he was just like, maybe we're seeing that with LeBron. 20 years, he's just tired of the media, which, like, look, even as a LeBron hater, like, I can feel that. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm empathetic towards that. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
All right. So shifting to tonight's action, just real quick rundown. Lakers injury report is fairly clean. Obviously, Maxi Kleber's still out with the foot surgery that he had injured his foot like a few games before getting traded over from Dallas to LA. So he hasn't even put on a Lakers jersey yet. Rui Hachimura is out with a knee, but LeBron and Luka have both been given the green light. For the Bulls, obviously, Ayo's still out. Trey Jones still out with the mid-foot sprain. Lonzo Ball still out with that wrist. Said he hopes to be back before the regular season's over. Definitely planning to be back for Bulls play-in tournament action. Vooch, Coby, and Giddey all popped up on the injury report. Coby dealing with that sore toe still, plus an adductor strain that came on, but he has been given the green light, along with Vooch, who's dealing with a back strain. Josh Giddey, you ready for the mouthiest injury on an injury report I've ever seen?
Take your time.
Right flexor carpi ulnaris tendinopathy, a.k.a. the pinky side of his wrist is sore. But they have all been given the green tonight, so your Bulls starting five is Giddey, Coby, Huerter, Matas, and Vooch. And so this will be a pretty similar look to the two teams playing each other just this past Saturday, less than a week ago, Dave.
Yeah.
A game in which they battled pretty evenly through the first half. I believe the Bulls were up 3 at halftime. Then the Bulls won the second half 81-53. Just like hitting shots from everywhere, running the old Lakers off the floor. And the Lakers as a team aren't even really that old. LeBron's old, but they are just not a team that plays at the pace that these Bulls have been playing at successfully for the last month or so.
Yeah, and they got hit in the face with a sledgehammer because, again, the Bulls are doing a cool thing, which is they're catching teams off guard. Because I don't think teams are ready for this style of the Chicago Bulls, and the Bulls are catching these teams just like this. It's why you would hear certain pundits say, it's the ball, I got to do that. Because, they've been watching since the first half of the season. This is a whole new kind of team and a whole new thing that is truly happening for the Chicago Bulls. So the Lakers got it, and they got kicked in the face and over and over and over again. Plus, add to it, young Matas Buzelis dropping 30-plus points on them as well. They don't forget that either. But, yeah, they ran and they ran and they ran again. So the Lakers now know what this team can do. What will they do to try to combat that and try to stop that? You got Luka. You got LeBron. You got guys like Gabe Vincent who can hit timely shots. Jackson Hayes, I think, should be more involved, as far as them running and using his athleticism up and down the floor. But, yeah, the Bulls just continue to do what they did until a team finds a way to shut it down, and then that will fall on Billy Donovan to go ahead and counter with something else. But just keep running and attacking these dudes. Keep doing what you've been doing because it's working really, really well.
Like Dory said, just keep Just keep swimming. You mentioned Jackson Hayes. He is in that Lakers starting lineup tonight alongside Austin Reeves and Dorian Finney-Smith to round out those three alongside Luka and LeBron.
All right.
Obviously, just massive games. Shout out, Joe. From Coby, Giddey, and Matas in that win out in L.A. on Saturday. Coby White, 36, remains cooking. Got it done at the free throw line, the three-point line inside. Giddey, 2 steals shy of a quadruple-double. The closest an NBA player's come to a quadruple-double since Tim Duncan nearly got there in 2003.
It's amazing.
And then Matas, a career-high 31
Yeah.
on 12 of 18 shooting, including going 5 of 10 from downtown.
Incredible.
And, you know, I will be curious to see who takes the lead for the Lakers out of the gate in this one. Because on Saturday, Luka just cooked in the first half.
He did.
It was LeBron's first game back, as I mentioned, after a 7-game absence dealing with that groin strain. So Luka was like, all right, I got the first half. Put up 29, I think.
Yeah.
And then Luka finished with 34. So Luka went quiet in the second half, and LeBron picked it up a little bit in the second half, but still finished with just 17 points.
It's impressive.
LeBron's been easing back in.
Well,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say about the game they played yesterday.
Right.
Which is why I figured you were going.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped.
Well, yeah. He was nearly in danger, or he was in danger of his streak of double-digit scoring games, which is how many decades long now or whatever. He was in danger of losing that streak.
Yeah.
Because he had 3 points nearing the end of the third quarter. And then he, got some buckets in the fourth, including that, last second tip in of a missed Luka Doncic floater that gives them the win at the buzzer over the Pacers. Correct. But these are some pedestrian LeBron stat lines, shall we say, since he's come back.
Yeah, I mean, but I think you said it right, just kind of easing his way back in, and it's a little different when you are the age that you are doing the things that he does and you're easing your way back in. These numbers would be acceptable for a guy who we know is truly on the decline, but we haven't seen it yet for LeBron James. So I think he's just taking his time. I mean, this is what you use the regular season for, especially when you're a team that's used to going to the postseason often. You use the regular season, especially when it's 10 games left, to get yourself healthy, get yourself reacclimated, and feel more comfortable when you're out there on the floor. And I think that's what LeBron is doing. I think he'll continue to do that. But I think when you play games like this, you get up a little bit more because it means something to him every single time he comes here to play in the house that Michael Jordan built, to see that statue outside, to see the jerseys, not the championship banners, but to see the jerseys that are up in the rafters disturbed. So when that means something to LeBron because it was obviously his idol when he played. And I don't fault him for Michael Jordan being his idol. It's idol to everyone. But it means something to him to be in his house and to be on that floor and to try to take over and destroy in his home. So we see it every time he puts forth that real, true LeBron straight-up effort. I think we're going to see it again tonight.
I mean, it takes nothing for me to so easily picture, as if I'm there, the mental image of LeBron hitting that buzzer beater in the corner in Game 4 in the conference semis in 2015 on the Bulls' home floor. Like that. LeBron loves torturing Bulls fans.
Loves it.
And look, the Bulls have gotten, the better of LeBron in plenty of games.
Yeah.
Whether he was in a Cavs jersey, a Heat jersey, now a Lakers jersey, but mostly, almost exclusively in regular season games.
Almost exclusively. It's true. He's done it. And hopefully he doesn't do it again tonight, but he's coming for blood. I know that much.
He is. All right, so real quick before we get out of here, let's get in our Bet365 pregame picks.
Pregame picks!
Pregame picks brought to you by Bet365. Use that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And speaking of this slow reintegration process of LeBron after his absence from the groin injury, that's where I started. LeBron's over-under on combined points, rebounds, and assists tonight is 39.5.
Okay.
Looks like a pretty normal number for LeBron James, combined points, rebounds, and assists. In the 3 games since his return, including that Bulls game, he has fallen shy of that, including a game where his points, rebounds, assists total was just 24, and another one where it was only 33. So I saw 39.5, and I was like, sure, maybe LeBron is still taking it easy tonight.
Yeah.
Take the under. Plus, it's fun to get a bet against LeBron James. So there you go. There's a double whammy of betting pleasure for you.
Whammy!
I'm also rocking with Coby White to score 15 or more tonight with plus 225 odds. He just scored 31 against this Lakers team less than a week ago.
He did.
15 is less than half of 31, and you're getting plus 225 odds. Let's go, Matas. And to round it out, I'm also taking Coby White to continue being Coby White on this stretch. Over 25.5 points at very reasonable minus 125 odds is what I like for Coby tonight, who is going for his 14th straight 20-point game, including this recent stretch where he's been putting up multiple 30-point games. What is he, 3 straight 30-point games now?
It's true.
So 25.5 seems like a very reasonable number, and why not bet Coby the way he's been playing?
He's been amazing. I think that's a great one on Matas as well, and a good one on LeBron. So
just 15 points.
Yeah, man. That's
just 15
plus 225. Yeah.
Come on, Matas.
Some money to be made out
Let's
here.
Let's go.
Real quick before we get out of here,
yes, sir.
C. Red Fred has entered the chat.
Oh, God.
About.
Let me guess. He's complaining about Katie's love for Kirk Heinrich.
Of course.
It was that there were too many Kirk Heinrich highlights in that video, weren't there?
But did you see all the amazing things Kirk Heinrich did in that game,
well,
Fred?
What he said, I just want to quote him right. Kirk should have been the last guy you listed. I've never seen so much celebration over a foul. He's tip of the cap to you there, sir. Katie, your response.
There were 3 Kirk Heinrich highlights in that video.
Yeah.
You can only call 2 of them potential fouls. And I think a foul was only called on 1 of them, if I remember correctly.
Because he tackled a person. That's not a potential
No,
foul.
that one wasn't called a foul. That was called a charge.
Oh.
It was the Chris Bosh one, I believe, was called a foul.
Yeah, you're right.
So, just saying.
Okay, but also, like, it's an iconic moment in Bulls history. Why?
It is.
Because Bulls fans love tough, gritty players making tough, gritty player plays.
Grit.
And Bulls fans hate LeBron James.
Hate him.
Little glasses wearing Kirk Heinrich wrapping LeBron up in a bear hug and bringing both of them down to the ground.
Goggles, Kirk.
On a one-on-one just train of a fast break.
You
LeBron,
suck.
LeBron is literally a freight train coming at you. And old man Kirk Heinrich just tackled him. Like, that is iconic.
Yes.
That is like the Bulls brand. Like, that's crazy.
You know, it was putting one, flower, stem first in the barrel of a gun, but like the NBA / Bulls fan version of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Fred, you need to get over that. We appreciate you.
Shout out, Bulls.
Always. Appreciate all you for hanging out with us in the chat. Shout out to Casey Kitchens who said, "Love you, dudes." LFG.
Thank you.
Love you back.
Right back.
Shout out to our guy French Bulls fan who said, "Victoire des Bulls."
Victoire des
Let's
Bulls.
go. All right. Clem's calling a Bulls W.
Hey, shout out to Lars, who said they just became a diehard today.
Let's go. Let's go.
Shout out, Lars.
Sign up to become a diehard, y'all.
Welcome
all
to the Cool Kids Club, baby.
Hey, you want to read all the incredible stuff that Will Gottlieb writes covering this team? Because guess what? Most of that is for diehards only.
Got that right.
You want a free shirt when you sign up? You want this Sub-Zero shirt I'm rocking tonight?
Looks mad cool.
Sign up to become a diehard. Get a free shirt.
Shout out.
Whichever one you want.
Yes.
Cubs are dropping a bunch of new shirts this season.
They are.
The first one is available. It's like a Chicago-style hot dog. It says CHGO in the poppy seeds on the bun. It's amazing. Plus 20% off every time you shop. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Oh, what are you waiting on the day when Derrick Rose throws out the first pitch and the White Sox win?
Right down the
Why not grab the Rose Forever shirt and or hoodie that we offer in that merch store?
Yes, man.
Sign up to become a diehard first.
That was a great pitch, too, by the way.
Oh,
right down the center.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
All right, y'all. We have passed 7 o'clock Central Time. That means Bulls action. Lakers and LeBron on the Bulls home floor.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it, man.
Hit the like button on your way out. We will be back here, not here, but in Studio B for postgame. Uncle Will be with us. We will talk to go remotely from the UC.
Go remote.
See you very good.
Hooters Hot Wings.
We all silly like the mayor.